If you enjoyed this video and want to support the channel, you can for $1 a month over on Patreon. Thank you. Finally, brought it back for this year because I want to try to revamp it and bring back old stuff, trying to bring and revitalize little things. But the item box viewer request poll.
Okay.
And the one that won out is video game store stories.
Oh.
I just threw this in there because I heard of a podcast do some video game store stories. Like, you know what? Let's see what we can do. Not many. I only got two. One
Okay.
was a small one, but one was a small one. It's second hand as well.
All right.
This is when Game Station was still around.
Yes, I remember those days.
And my friend Adrian was going in there because this is when it still had DVDs as well. Going way back.
Yeah,
this is when Game Station was around. He had still like GameCube games and DVDs there. You know, the buy four for £20.
Yeah,
I got so many PS2 games on that.
Yes, you did. Again, if you don't know what Game Station were, they were kind of like probably the biggest rival to like Game at the time. In fact, they were in Europe for a lot.
It's the equivalent of EB Games.
Yeah, they were basically like our version. We did have EB games back then, but they kind of dissipated, so they were kind of like the ones we grew up.
They're more like Wales and Ireland right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, Game Station was our go-to place for a long time. I didn't know it existed. I knew back when it was on I think Church Street, like way back next to Traveling Man. That's where it was originally.
Yeah, it was originally there, and then they moved up to where
it's still Church Street. It's further up, and it's
further up down there. And then ironically, it's now Game now. So there you go. They won out in the end. We
had 3 game stores one time.
Yeah, we did. Oh my god. Yeah.
Oh yeah, with Game Station and 2 games, because one of them was EB Games, and it turned a game. Then one game got shut down and reopened as a different game. Then the small one shut down, then the big one shut down, then Game Station became Game.
Yeah. So. Oh boy.
Okay. But back when it was Game Station, my friend Adrian was there getting the DVDs, and apparently, they had all 3 Barnacle movies. Well, at the time it was 3. Right now it's 4.
Okay.
And apparently, according to him, this woman just grabbed the DVDs out of his hand and go, "My kid wants this, thanks."
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Why did he? I asked him, why did he grab it back? I'll say, "Excuse me, I was going to buy that." Like, I think it was like a quid at a time as well.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's the first experience in my life I've heard what a Karen is.
Yeah.
It's like, I understand your kid wants something, but if someone's looking at something, considering buying it, keep your fucking hands to yourself.
I was going to say, did they literally take it? Did you have it in your hand, or they just took it out?
Oh, they had it in his hand. He had it in his hand, looking at it.
Right. Okay.
And she snatched it out of his hand.
Christ Almighty.
Yeah, apparently they exist in droves in this fucking state.
Wow.
I've experienced them. Yeah, I just hope to never experience one because I don't think I'll hold my freaking tongue.
No, I think hold your tongue, hold your fist. You know, in my case.
Oh, I can fucking punch.
We don't call violence, but we're just saying that it's one of those.
It's when it builds up. Like it's like if I move, keep your hand by your side. It's like if I move this hand, it's spring loaded. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. It's one of those things. Yeah. I mean, this is, as I said before, this is why I play Doom Eternal, because I just don't do this to real people. I just do it to fictitious demons instead.
Yeah. My second story is 2012, I believe.
Okay.
When I think it's when Mass Effect 3 came out.
All right.
Apparently, EA and Game had a falling out.
Oh, I think I remember this. Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently something about distribution or marketing or whatever. I don't know. I have to go back and look it up.
Yeah.
But apparently they had a falling out, and I think that quarter of EA games was not going to be for sale at any game store in the UK. So guess whose pre-order got cancelled?
Oh boy.
I pre-ordered it. I even put some money down for it as well. Apparently, this is where Game was actually good.
Okay.
They refunded me my pre-order money. And they gave me additional, I think, I can't remember how much, 2,500, 2,500 points. Yeah, on my card.
Okay.
And like that's a lot of points to keep me as a customer because you maybe fucked up on getting me a game that I really wanted to play.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
And this is when I was still working at a range. So before I went to work, I went all the way to Asda, got my game there instead.
Wow. Wow.
So I got it there. Then I went to game, asked them about the whole thing, checked my point balance, and I went to work. And at the end of the day, I went and played Mass Effect 3.
And this is what I do know the story that you actually got to the famous ending and you spent, what was it, half an hour? Like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do?
Oh, yeah. See what you will about the ending, because I didn't think it was all that bad. Yeah, it could have been better, okay? Could have been, as a ending to a trilogy, it could have been better, Mass Effect 3.
Mm-hmm.
But when I had to spend half an hour to make that goddamn decision, I think it freaking worked.
Yeah, I mean, that proves that it actually meant something to you on that first playthrough.
Yeah, and even then, the ending was spoiled because one of my friends at the time said, "You're not going to like the ending."
Oh, God.
Okay, I understand you're in America and you get the game like 3 days ahead of me, but for fuck's sake.
I mean, it's not. Did he actually say what it was going to happen?
He never said what it was. Just says you're not going to like it.
I mean, that's the worst because it's
that's
like
worse.
Yeah, because it's like, oh my God, what does it mean? Oh.
There's spoiling what happens, and then there's ruining my expectations.
I mean, this is planting the seed of like you're probably not going to be happy with the end result. It's like, oh God, that's just a cavalcade of shit to go down in your head.
That's probably one of the reasons why I really like to play bad games. Because like people say, "Oh, the game's awful. Worst game in your category." It's like, really, what's in it?
You want to know.
I gotta see.
Yeah, you want to experience it. Yeah. Oh, Mike, I was going to say game store stories. I've got a few actually.
Ooh.
I'll rattle off the quick ones. So again, this is to do with Game Station. Two of them. One, I remember passing by it once, and this was like I think probably about 2000, and I think it was just around 2004 and 5. And I remember going past, and they had like a secondhand Dreamcast there, and I swear to God on the label it said $199 on there. Like you could buy a Dreamcast for $199. I'm thinking, wow, that was low for a price drop for that console. Another one was I famously went in there where they had this massive cardboard standee for a Crash Rafa Cortex. It was Crash on one of that helicopter thing, the backpack,
the helipack.
Helipack, yeah, that's the right word. Yeah, so they had that, and I remember going in there thinking, "Oh, it's really cool, whatever." And I went back one day and saying, "Do you still have that thing?" It's like, "Oh, we just put it in the back." And it's like, "Can I have it?" And it's like, "Yeah, if you're all right, okay." And then I told Mom, because she was like, "You taking this home?" I was like, "Yeah." And it's like, "Okay." Then we walked down. I think it was actually kind of a wet day as well. Thinking, "Oh God, it was just going to get soggy and wet." So we got it in the car, and yeah. I've still got it to this very day. I mean, the wings on it, if you see the promo image, it's got like two propellers on. They snapped off ages ago, but I still got it. I've still got it even to this very day from them. Another story I've got was I went in there one time when Sonic the Hedgehog was on the release, and I just asked the guys, thinking, "Oh, have you got copies of Shadow?" He's like, "Yeah, they're all here, whatever." And it's like, "You're interested?" He's like, "I am, but I haven't had a chance to play it, so I'm a bit unsure." I was like, "Oh, okay." And he says, like, "Well, do you want to give a go?" I was like, "Really?" And they had a TV in front of there for like people to try out stuff. And he said, "Yeah, I'll just do it." And he literally opened up a brand new copy of the game, put it in the PS2, and I just like, "Yeah, go and play it, give 50 minutes, see what you think." And it's like, wow. It's like, "Thank you." And it's like, again, say you want to the game. And it's like, yeah, he basically said, "You want to try the game out before it's released. Here's a brand new sealed copy. I'm going to open. You can try it out and see what you think." Yeah, so that was really good. But the more recent story, this is a good one. So this is a game. So about a month ago, actually, just before the end of last year, I was out with another person. I was out with this person who's a friend of my mom's, and we were in game. And she told me that I'm looking for my son's been really wanting a PS5, but I couldn't get one because of, everybody bought them out the last bloody year. So that was a hoo-ha. And it's like, well, we'll go in here and see what they like. And we went to the desk and say, and she said, "Have you got any PS5s?" He's like, "Yeah, we got some." It's like, "You joking?" "No, we got some." "You real?" Yeah, right here behind us. We've got 4 PS5s here. It's like, really? It's like, oh my God. It's like, and she just said, what do I do? It's like, well, do you want to get it? It's like, oh, I better do. It's like, oh, I'm going to bring my husband. So he literally was getting on the phone to like say, they got a PS5, they got the PS5. I'm going to buy them. And they're like, then they started asking questions like, well, what have you got? Well, we got three. All of these are all digital versions, so they didn't have any disc space. And he's asking me, well, which is the better version? I was like, well, I'm not sure. What did you son want? So literally within like 15 minutes, we go back and forth with like, is she really going to buy this machine for a kid? And it's like, well, can I come back tomorrow? It's like, well, we don't know because they get sold out. It's like, oh, okay, we'll buy it right there and then. So she bought it, got the thing. I think I even used some of my point cards just in case, look, I'll, so you can get some money off it at least. And then took it all the way back to the car and stuff. And the next time I met her, she showed me a video of her son. She was playing Fortnite or whatever. Like, he's like, hey, I got something for you. What? And, showed her the thing. And he just got out of his chair, just like instant snap out of his chair, like, holy shit, you've got it moment. And told her, was like, yeah, you can thank me and Nikki. He's the one who found it for me. It was like, oh my God, this is brilliant. So again, that to me was just an amazing moment. Like I said, that's a more recent moment, but it's a really good one.
That's a fantastic moment.
I know. Yeah. And funny enough, I'll end with this actually. Funny enough, when she was doing all that, I asked one of the guys, like, why is it that the PS5s have been so hard to get? What's up with the thing? Was like, well, part of it was to do with obviously the fact that the manufacturers are all from different people. So the way the PS5s can made, it's like they have their own, like, say they have like Panasonic or whatever branded chips or
the chip shortage, so actually manufacturing the consoles is a lot more scarce than the past few generations have been.
Exactly, yeah. And again, they got like different branding deals because maybe Nintendo's got one with a certain company and Microsoft with another. So there's that. But also the fact that with COVID obviously happening, like obviously Japan, that was a no-go. And then in Europe, there were stores out there, but then they eventually shut down because of everything else. So it was harder for them to get stuff back in. In fact, he told me that they were meant to get an order of 18 in, but they only got 9 in that passing week. So that was one of the reasons why it was so hard.
Not to mention your scalpers who buy up every single unit there
is.
I
did. And again, I was telling my friend, it's like, yeah, the people are putting outrageous prices for this, which is ridiculous. So the fact that they were there, right there, and they were literally telling people, no, they're here. They're not displays. They're actually here now. Do you want one? So they were more than happy to say, yes, it's here. If you want to know the price, you want to know what you're getting. They were there, courteous, all that good stuff. And like I said, it was just one of those, like, this is happening right now moments. When you're standing there, you're thinking, this is really happening, isn't it? And you kind of slightly out of sync.
It's like it's not a car crash you can't look away from. It's watching two lovers joining at an airport.
Exactly. It's just one of those out of body moments, and you go like, "No, I'm here. I better just go with it, man. Just go with it."
I'm the extra. I need a line.
Yeah, you can say that you may have been important, but you were the observer of the whole thing. But you still were amazed with it.
That's a fantastic story to end on.
Yeah.